The New York Yankees have stumbled upon a game-changing addition to their roster in Jose Caballero, and ever since the trade deadline shook things up, this team has been playing with a new kind of energy that fans have been craving. Caballero isn't just another player added to the lineup. He's the embodiment of a skill set that often gets overlooked, but is absolutely critical to winning baseball games at the highest level. While everyone is used to seeing the Yankees relying on their heavy hitters to carry the offense with towering home runs and highlight reel plays, Caballero has quietly shifted the focus back to fundamentals that can turn the tide in any contest. He's fast, smart, versatile, and relentlessly pesky at the plate and on the base paths, all qualities that have immediately made him an invaluable asset in the Bronx. From a moment he stepped off the plane from Tampa Bay, it was clear that Caballero had the tools to not only integrate into this lineup, but to elevate it. Speed is his calling card, and it shows every time he takes the field. Whether he's tracking down a fly ball in the outfield or stealing a base to put pressure on the opposing pitcher, Caballero forces the other team to think twice. His presence on the bases changes how pitchers approach hitters, how fielders position themselves, and how the entire game unfolds. It's one thing to hit home runs and drive in runs with a long ball, but having someone like Caballero who can manufacture runs, extend innings, and disrupt defensive rhythms brings a whole new dimension to a Yankees team that's trying to make a deep October run. But speed alone isn't what makes him so special. It's the combination of his athleticism and his versatility. Caballero can slide seamlessly into multiple positions on the field, giving the Yankees options they didn't have before. Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge are still the cornerstones of the offense. But with Aaron Judge spending more time as the designated hitter to manage his workload, the Yankees need someone who can fill in the outfield without losing a beat. Caballero can handle that, and he can also contribute in the infield if the situation calls for it. This kind of utility isn't just convenient, it's strategic. It allows the manager to rotate players, rest key contributors, and maintain a high level of performance throughout a grueling schedule. Versatility in a player of his caliber is like having a Swiss Army knife in your roster. It may not always be flashy, but it solves problems that could otherwise derail a team's momentum during crucial stretches of the season. Beyond his speed and versatility, Caballero brings a certain mentality to the Yankees that has been noticeably absent. He's what some would call a pesky hitter. He comes to the plate with a mindset that makes him a constant threat, especially in high-leverage situations. Tampa Bay Rays fans know this well. He has a knack for getting key hits when runners are in scoring position, forcing defenders to make difficult plays and pitchers to second-guess every pitch. Now, bringing that mentality to the Bronx adds a new layer to the Yankees' approach. He can spark rallies with a well-timed bunt, extend innings with a smart base-running decision, or just wear down the opposing defense until they make mistakes. He's not relying on power alone, which complements the Yankees' already formidable lineup filled with sluggers. This balance between contact, speed, and mental toughness makes him a unique piece of the puzzle as the team pushes toward the playoffs. The impact of Caballero has been evident in recent series, particularly against the St. Louis Cardinals. In critical moments, he's done more than just show up. He's dictated the flow of the game. There were situations where he advanced multiple bases in a single inning, creating scoring opportunities and forcing the defense to scramble. Even in games where the spotlight usually shines on home runs, Caballero's contributions stand out because they require intelligence, awareness, and execution under pressure. It's one thing to hit a towering home run over the fence, but it's another to advance from first to third with one out, knowing exactly when to slide, when to hold, and how to make the defense commit before the pitch is even delivered. These are the plays that often go unnoticed by casual fans, but are celebrated by teammates and managers because they directly contribute to winning games. Moreover, Caballero has already made his mark against his former team, the Tampa Bay Rays, in what could be considered a personal redemption arc. In his first games against them as a Yankee, he delivered key home runs and played flawlessly in the field, showing that he can handle the pressure of facing a team that knows him well. It's one thing to switch teams mid-season and find your rhythm, but it's another to immediately become a difference maker in the kind of rivalry and intensity that comes from divisional play. By taking the mentality he honed in Tampa Bay and applying it to the Bronx, Caballero has become both a fan favorite and a thorn in the side of the competition. His statistical contributions tell part of the story, but what really makes him invaluable is how he changes the complexion of every game he's involved in. Since joining the Yankees, he has hit over 380 in batting average, a remarkable feat considering the adjustment period that comes with switching leagues and teams mid-season. This level of consistency puts him in the conversation as one of the most impactful mid-season acquisitions in recent memory. He's not just filling a role, he's defining one. And when it comes to the pressure cooker of September baseball, where every game can influence playoff positioning, having a player who can get on base, steal bases, and disrupt the opposing team is worth its weight in gold. From a management perspective, the trade that brought Caballero to New York was a masterstroke. Brian Cashman and his front office were able to identify not just a talented player, but one whose skill set aligned perfectly with the Yankees' immediate needs. The trade required minimal assets in return, yet the return on investment has been monumental. By acquiring a player under team control through 2030, the Yankees not only improved their roster for the short term, but also secured a long-term contributor who can continue to shape their strategy for years to come. Trades like this aren't just luck. They're the result of careful scouting, analysis, and understanding of what a team needs beyond the obvious. Caballero fills multiple gaps. He's a pinch-run threat, a reliable hitter, a versatile defender, and a spark plug that can lift the team's morale when things start to stagnate. Beyond the numbers and the strategy, what Caballero brings is the intangible factor every championship team needs: energy. Baseball is a game of momentum, and the Yankees have thrived on bursts of energy in the past. Whether it's a dramatic stolen base, a diving catch, or a clutch hit, players like Caballero generate excitement that spreads throughout the clubhouse. That energy is contagious. It lifts veterans who may be dealing with fatigue, inspires younger players, and creates a belief that the team can overcome adversity. In a long season filled with tight division races and high-stakes matchups, that spark can be the difference between a first-round exit and a deep playoff run. Caballero's journey to the Bronx is a reminder of how critical mid-season acquisitions can be. Sometimes the most impactful players are not the ones making the highlight reels every night, but the ones quietly influencing the outcome through smart, calculated plays. He embodies that principle perfectly, and as the Yankees navigate the challenges of September and eye a postseason run, his influence will be felt in every game, every inning, and every at-bat. He brings speed, versatility, tenacity, and a mindset that complements the stars while elevating the team as a whole. In short, Jose Caballero is not just a player on the Yankees. He is a catalyst, and his presence signals that the Bronx Bombers are not just relying on power. They are playing complete baseball, the kind that wins championships. Jose Caballero's impact on the Yankees goes far beyond just his physical tools. He has become a catalyst that can shape the outcome of games, series, and ultimately, the team's postseason aspirations. From the moment he set foot in Yankee Stadium, it was clear that he was not just another mid-season acquisition, but a player capable of changing the rhythm and energy of the team. Speed has always been one of his defining attributes, but in New York, it has taken on a new significance. Every time he steps on the base paths, every time he takes a lead, every time he reads a pitch and takes off, he forces the opposition to alter its approach. Pitchers have to think twice about how to attack the Yankees lineup. Fielders must adjust their positioning, and managers must constantly weigh the risk of holding runners versus pitching aggressively. Caballero's speed creates opportunities that conventional power hitters cannot, and those opportunities often turn into runs that could decide tight contests. The Yankees have historically been known for their long ball, their ability to hit towering home runs and pile up runs in a single inning. But Caballero reminds the team and the fans that baseball is just as much about strategy, agility, and mental acuity as it is about raw power. But what truly sets Caballero apart is his versatility. Few players can transition so seamlessly between positions while maintaining high performance. He can patrol the outfield with confidence, fill in at infield spots when necessary, and provide the kind of depth that allows a team to stay competitive even when key stars need rest. Aaron Judge may continue to rotate between the outfield and designated hitter to manage his workload, but Caballero ensures that the Yankees' defensive alignment never suffers. This adaptability is invaluable during a long, grueling season filled with injuries, fatigue, and high-stakes divisional matchups. It allows the coaching staff to be flexible with lineups, preserve their stars, and maintain a level of consistency that is difficult to achieve without a player capable of performing in multiple roles. In essence, Caballero acts as a utility linchpin, the kind of player who quietly solves problems and give the team a competitive edge in ways that go unnoticed by casual fans, but are deeply appreciated by managers, teammates, and analysts alike. Beyond his speed and versatility, Caballero brings an attitude and mindset that elevates the Yankees' overall approach to the game. He is a relentless, pesky hitter who knows how to put pressure on opposing pitchers and defenses. He has the kind of intelligence at the plate that allows him to capitalize on even the smallest mistakes, and his presence disrupts the rhythm of the opposition. In high-pressure situations, whether it's a late-inning rally or a close division game, he doesn't hesitate to make aggressive yet calculated decisions that can swing momentum in the Yankees' favor. This mental edge, combined with his physical tools, gives New York a more complete offensive package. While the Sluggers draw headlines with home runs and highlight plays, Caballero quietly creates scoring opportunities, manufactures runs, and forces opponents to adjust, keeping them on edge throughout the game. His contributions were on full display in recent series against divisional and non-divisional opponents. Take, for example, the series against the St. Louis Cardinals, where his impact extended far beyond his batting statistics. Caballero's ability to advance on the base paths, execute smart slides, and take extra bases changed the dynamics of the games. With precise timing and situational awareness, he turned routine at-bats into scoring chances, creating pressure that allowed the Yankees to capitalize on even minor mistakes. This kind of playmaking is invaluable, particularly in September and October, when every run matters and every base-stealing opportunity can shift the outcome of a game. Caballero's intelligence, speed, and awareness have given the Yankees a weapon that complements their power hitters while adding an entirely new layer of strategy to their lineup. Facing his former team, the Tampa Bay Rays, Caballero showed not just skill but composure. In his first games against them as a Yankee, he delivered timely hits, drove in crucial runs, and displayed defensive versatility, all while handling the psychological pressure of playing against a team that knew him well. These performances not only strengthened the Yankees' position in the standings, but also sent a message about his adaptability and resilience. Players who can step into high-stakes situations and perform consistently are rare, and Caballero has proven that he belongs among them. He is not only a valuable contributor, he is a reliable leader on the field whose presence can change the tempo and mindset of both his own team and the opposition. Caballero's story in New York is a testament to the impact a mid-season acquisition can have on a team's trajectory. He may not always make the highlight reels with dramatic home runs, but he influences every inning, every at-bat, and every strategic decision. His combination of speed, versatility, mental toughness, and offensive acumen makes him a cornerstone of the Yankees' push toward the postseason. He complements the stars, elevates his teammates, and energizes the roster in a way that goes far beyond traditional metrics. As the Yankees prepare for the crucial final stretch, Caballero embodies the kind of player every team dreams of, one who changes the game in subtle but decisive ways, and who can turn potential into performance at every turn. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Former All-Star reliever Andrew Miller has resurfaced in the headlines, not because of a new coaching role or a broadcasting gig, but due to startling comments aimed directly at one of the most iconic franchises in sports. In a candid, almost confessional tone, Miller reportedly told close circles that his stint with the New York Yankees left scars far deeper than the casual fan could imagine. The left-hander, Known for his dominance out of the bullpen and his role in redefining how relievers are deployed in October, allegedly claimed that the Yankees destroyed me mentally. The remark, whispered in hushed tones around the baseball community, has ignited a storm of speculation. Was it the relentless media scrutiny in New York? Was it the suffocating weight of expectations that come with wearing pinstripes? Or perhaps it was the internal politics of a franchise obsessed with championships, often at the expense of individual well-being. Whatever the root cause, the revelation has caused ripples among both fans and insiders, leading many to question what really goes on behind closed doors in the Bronx. Miller's reputation during his playing career was that of a quiet professional who thrived under pressure, a pitcher who embraced unconventional usage in critical postseason moments. To hear such a figure speak about being mentally destroyed by the Yankees cuts against the grain of the narrative baseball has built around him. People are now wondering whether the organization's relentless pursuit of perfection demanded more than just physical dominance. Insiders suggest that players often felt micromanaged, with analytics departments dictating usage patterns that ignored how an arm or mind felt on a given day. For a veteran like Miller, who already had established routines, being constantly second-guessed may have been more than an annoyance. It might have chipped away at his confidence. The clubhouse, too, has long been described as a place where one slip-up could leave a player plastered across back pages, and whispers now imply that Miller was particularly unprepared for that unique media onslaught. If true, his comments serve as a chilling reminder that even the most composed athletes are not immune to the mental grind of the New York spotlight. What is most intriguing is the timing of these alleged revelations. Miller, who stepped away from the game after the 2021 season, has largely remained private, choosing not to pursue flashy post-career endeavors. Yet, the suggestion that he harbors resentment toward the Yankees has surfaced at a moment when conversations around athlete mental health have never been louder. His words echo larger discussions about how franchises often commodify talent, reducing players to data points and contract figures while ignoring the human cost. Baseball purists may scoff, dismissing the claims as bitterness or revisionist memory, but others see a potential turning point. If a figure like Miller, who outwardly appeared to thrive under Yankee Stadium's blinding lights, now claims the experience mentally unraveled him, what does that mean for less experienced players? Did the organization fail to provide support, or did the culture itself breed an environment where vulnerability was unacceptable? These are the questions that linger in the minds of those following this story, even without official confirmation from the pitcher himself. The Yankees, for their part, have remained silent, but those close to the organization insist that these accusations sting precisely because they touch on an uncomfortable truth. The franchise, proud of its tradition and often portrayed as a family, has little tolerance for what it perceives as weakness. Stories have circulated for years about players who couldn't handle the pressure cooker environment and were quietly ushered out without explanation. Critics point to examples of once promising talents who seem to wilt under the harsh glare of New York, though rarely has a player of Miller's stature spoken so bluntly. The silence from the Yankees may be strategic, a refusal to fan the flames of controversy, but also raises eyebrows. If the accusations are unfounded, why not deny them outright? Instead, the hush only adds fuel to the rumor mill, encouraging speculation that Miller's claim holds more truth than the organization wants to admit. For a franchise already battling perceptions of being overly corporate and detached, this rumor threatens to paint an even harsher portrait. For fans, the whispers are both shocking and oddly validating. The myth of the Yankees as a flawless machine is cracking, revealing glimpses of an institution that may grind down even its most loyal contributors. If Andrew Miller, a respected veteran who once embraced the biggest moments, could feel dismantled mentally by the weight of pinstripes, then perhaps the romanticized notion of thriving in New York deserves reconsideration. Some see his claim as an overdue reckoning, a chance to acknowledge the toll exacted on athletes who are treated as both heroes and commodities. Others fear that such narratives will only embolden critics who argue that today's athletes are too soft to handle adversity. Regardless, Miller's whispered words have already accomplished something powerful. They have forced fans, insiders, and even rival franchises to look at the Yankees in a different light. Whether this rumor fades into obscurity or grows into a defining chapter of his legacy remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. The story has cracked open a conversation long overdue in the world of baseball, and it will not be easily forgotten. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.